The thing is, you travel so fast in this car, you just take off. You're airborne. This, no NOS, no slipstreaming, just pure engine alone. The vehicle will sit well over 500 kilometers per hour. Hello and welcome. Today we are going over the Lamborghini Huracan LP 610-4. However, this is no standard Huracan because this car produces 844 brake horsepower and comes in at a weight of 1,109 kgs. Yes, this is the fully upgraded Lamborghini Huracan. This is the peak performance. This is the max performance you can get out of this Lamborghini Huracan. So we need to see how good it really is. So around Kyoto Driving Park, coming down the main straightaway, we see that we just touch over 300 kilometers per hour before we need to slam on the brakes and make it around the first corner. Now going around that first corner, the car is so planted. It just sits hunkered down to the ground and takes the corner with absolute ease. There's no stepping out, there's no any sign of just slippage. The car is very well gripped down to the ground, and the car has a decent amount of downforce for a standard road car, so that's what keeps it planted. However, when it comes to the downhill bit of Kyoto Driving Park, you will notice the front end lifting on this Lamborghini Huracan, so it just adds a bit of spice. This Lamborghini is such a joy to drive and is so fun to experience. It honestly makes the whole driving experience of this Lamborghini just so good, and is honestly one of the best Lamborghinis you can own in Gran Turismo 7. Now yes, the standard car costs just under 300,000 credits, and yes, you are gonna spend a lot of money to get it to the performance level it is at right now. However, with the vehicle setting lap times around the 1 minute 29 second mark around Kyoto Driving Park, it also makes it one of the fastest supercars in the game. Well, the fastest super slash sports car. This Lamborghini, do not think, oh, it's not as good as an Aventador, it's this, it's that you're gonna look down upon it. That is not the case, because this Lamborghini is so much fun and is an absolute joy to experience. Now, what if I told you you could make this vehicle better? Well, we have the ability to actually engine swap the Lamborghini Huracan. Now, the engine is coming out of something that I never thought I'd ever have to say. The Lamborghini Huracan can get the engine from the Bugatti Chiron. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I do not stutter. This little Lamborghini, entry-level sports slash supercar Lamborghini, can receive an 8-liter W16 64 valve quad turbocharged engine. This engine standard produces 1,479 brake horsepower, bone stock, and considering the fact that we can still go ahead and upgrade the power level on this engine, it's gonna be one very scary experience. So it can go one of either two ways. So either this can be one of the best, the ultimate supercar in Gran Turismo 7, or it can be absolute trash and just a terrible experience. So it's really a flip of a coin, and considering the fact that that coin costs 1.6 million credits, yeah, it's kind of a point of me making this video so I can let you know whether or not it's worth picking up this engine swap. And if you want to see me cover more engine swaps, well, hit that like and subscribe button. So after purchasing the Bugatti's engine for 1.6 million credits, we now need to head on over to a tuning shop to see how much can we actually bump that power level up by. So with us adding just the ultra high RPM turbocharger, we already jumped the power up to 1,689 brake horsepower. So that's already a very good start, if we're gonna be honest. We add on a racing intercooler, a racing silencer, and a fully customizable computer, and that will give us a power figure of 1,851 brake horsepower. Yes, we've added over 1,000 brake horsepower to this Lamborghini Huracan. However, there is a bit of a downside, because with adding this engine, we actually gain 180 kgs. I know that completely ruins the performance. No, in all seriousness, adding over 1,000 horsepower to any car is absolutely just absurd. It's mental to think about. And considering the fact that you're adding 1,000 horsepower on top of 800 horsepower, this car should be the definition of speed. So when we first get behind the wheel of it, we notice that with us actually not changing the gear ratio, how quickly this car actually maxes out. Before we even reach the start finish line on Kyoto Driving Park, the car is completely redlining. We need to head back on over and change the gear ratio for this car, because we need to see how fast we can actually get down the straightaway. Because with the Bugatti Chiron, you know, that's kind of what they do. It's kind of what they're known for. So after adjusting the gearbox, we see that by the end of the straightaway, we are clocking over 350 kilometers per hour, almost 360 kilometers per hour before we need to make it into the first corner. And the crazy thing is, the car can turn. You can go around corners in this vehicle. Yes, it is a bit sketchy. It is scary. It's unbelievably scary to drive, because you need to be so quick with your reaction times, because the car just wants to go. You just keep pushing, and every time you get on a straightaway, you're about to hit a corner, because the straightaway just gets eaten up by the amount of power that the vehicle produces. Now what's scary, because with Kyoto Driving Park, you know that downhill section, the Lamborghini goes completely airborne. Yes, that is it's a bit sketchy, I'm not gonna lie. It's just overall something that I've never experienced before. Yes, I've had cars where the front lifts up. I've never had cars go completely airborne. The only downside or the critique that I would have for this vehicle, we need more downforce. It's what it needs desperately. However, you can set insanely fast lap times. Around Kyoto Driving Park, I was able to set a 1 minute 27.7, which, look, is insanely fast. But considering the fact of the standard V10 that comes in the Lamborghini, fully upgraded, sets lap times around the 1 minute 29 second mark, which I will say is a lot easier to control, but is spending over 1.6 million credits actually worth, how do I say, is it actually worth it? Because you're only really saving 2 seconds, and that's only if you're really driving the wheels off of this car. Otherwise, you aren't really gonna see the benefits unless you take it to a straightaway. Yes, now if we head on over to Special Route X to see how fast this Lamborghini actually is, well, it's kind of broken, to be honest with you. Before we even get into the tunnel, to even start the race, to even reach the start line, we see that we are traveling at over 470 kilometers per hour. This car travels well over 500 with absolute ease. Unlike the Nissan Silvia with the LS7 in it, or the Maverick swap in the Cayman, those cars needed nitrous, you needed to slipstream, whereas this, no NOS, no slipstreaming, just pure engine alone, the vehicle will sit well over 500 kilometers per hour. Imagine you still add those factors to it, this car will easily sit at almost 520 kilometers per hour. Should officially make this the highest top speed street legal vehicle in Gran Turismo 7, because we're not gonna count the Vision GTs and all of that. A road car, there's no other road car that can go a faster speed than this. So the Lamborghini Huracan with a Bugatti Chiron engine in it is an absolutely mind-blowing vehicle that is so scary to drive, but is so adrenaline pumping that it's unlike anything else in the game. And considering the fact that there are 4 other cars in Gran Turismo 7 that can receive that Bugatti Chiron engine, yeah, there's gonna be a couple of videos. So this car is absolutely amazing, and it can handle the power of the Bugatti Chiron. So if you have the money, by all means try it out because you will not regret it. So with all this being said, I hope you guys do want to enjoy this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.